Peace be with you. Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Spiritual Court. Wherever you are on this beautiful planet, I pray that you are doing well. I hope that you're having a new conscious experience by way of your ascension. We are here to change and morph into new, beautiful spiritual beings. And I hope that you are encouraging yourself to do that, as am I. So say I, so say we. Come on in. The universe is clocking that spiritual tea. What is going on? What's the vibes, Holy Spirit? What is it that we need to know? Apology. Okay, so somebody is half-ass apologizing. This card says apology. I think I might. I think I may want to apologize. Somebody's pretty arrogant, rash actions, and very insincere. So somebody wants to come towards you to give you a half-ass apology, antisocial in their feelings, silent treatment, feeling left out. So you could be giving somebody the silent treatment. You literally could be blocking somebody out of your consciousness, out of your dream state, out of your reality as you know it, as you ascend to your highest version of yourself. Daydreaming. Ooh, don't daydream. That's like dreaming with your eyes wide open. And it really does borderline being unconscious. I don't recommend that. I've done it before. So just my recommendation, wake up. Head in the clouds, delusional illusions. It's not a good place to be. Hopes and dreams, okay? Cutting ties, freedom, standing up and awakened. Ooh, wee. So you're awakened to a new reality, a new consciousness that could quite possibly eliminate, and it looks like it's eliminating a lot of alternate delusional realities, okay? So now you got consequences. Somebody is stuck in their own dream state with their eyes wide open. Consequences, bad choices, games, mixed signals. Okay, so somebody is out here daydreaming, stuck in their own unconscious reality, unfortunately. Half-ass apologizing. This person could be thinking in their mind about apologizing. You know, it's like different day, same shit type energy. Somebody's arrogant though. They're full of themselves, but you're in this cutting ties energy. Okay, whoever I'm talking to, high vibrational, you know who you are. You're answering the call to a higher consciousness. You're having new experiences, you know. You know how you watch a show so many times and you're like, I saw this already. And you just decide to change the channel. This is the energy that I'm getting. Mentally, you're changing the channel. This is beautiful energy. I really do love this timeline. Y'all chime in, tap in. How you feeling? Let's tap in, go all the way in. Don't go too far into the light. At least you get burned like hellfire. Okay, in your feelings, silent treatment, feeling left out. So somebody feels left out. Okay, because you're moving forward. What's the vibes? Smelling the roses. I feel like you're so disconnected from whatever this shit is. You're in a whole new consciousness. This is so refreshing. Can I just be honest? Can we just have a commercial break? Okay, I won't ask permission, but thank you for allowing me to be here again and sharing in this conscious moment that by the time you receive this message, it will be in divine timing by way of foresight and cosmic order of the future, whatever that means, right? Smell the roses. It says, slow down, take some time, get into nature. This could also represent you getting out of the house more, getting out of hermit mode. There was a time for hermit mode. Now there's a time to go out and experience nature. Smelling the roses. Maybe you're in your garden, cutting ties, freedom, standing up and awaken. With this cutting ties, you know what I feel? Can I be quite honest? Thank you. Oh, the cards are being real. The cards are scattered. The moon, the Hierophant is here. Let's get into it. Listen, I feel like cutting ties represents you cutting ties with a certain level of consciousness. And because you're doing that, there's a group of people, a plethora of experiences that go along with you cutting ties. It's a package deal, right? So you're cutting a consciousness out, meaning you're leaving it out in the cold. You no longer need that way of thinking by way of your ascension. You don't need to think that way no more. You don't need to believe that way. You're awakening from whatever this dream state is that you created for yourself. And with that, it's a plethora of experiences, people, places that go along with it, right? It's a package deal. So you packed it up, you got rid of it, you wrapped it up, you sent it wherever it needed to go. It's over there. It's out of your mind. It's out of your body. And now you're having a new spiritual conscious experience. Ooh, self-mastery. Okay? I feel like this is you cutting out a version of yourself that you no longer need to. I don't believe that you are exempt from cutting off a version of yourself that you no longer need. Have you ever been in the presence of yourself and you're just like, you know what? I get on my own nerves. Like, listen. Sometimes you got to check yourself and snatch yourself by the collar. Like, shut up. Don't do that no more. Stop. Why are you paying attention to that, right? You really got to check yourself. Who's going to check you better than you? Exactly, right? Rhetorical question. You are the Hierophants. Get on this conscious level where ain't no devils come through. All the devils have been eliminated, or they've been casted out into their own illusions by way of daydreaming, by way of being unconscious, whatever that means. Okay, wherever they're at. We got the Hierophant as soon as I split the deck. Up under here. Listen, I can make this up. Talk about alignment. I love it. Shout out to my higher self. Shout out to my soulmate, my fine husband. I love you, baby. Okay. People like, oh, nephew married. We'll talk about it later. Listen, we got the Hierophant, okay, which also represents a higher level, commitment. And we got the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. Child, I love being in alignment by way of divine assignment. Stay woke, Holy Spirit within me. Holy Spirit's all around me. Holy Spirit's over there, over here, over there. Clarify what's going on. Thank you. Okay, so some of these cards are upside down, y'all. After all of that good talking, hold up. Wait a minute. I was on the roll. I'm still on the roll, y'all. Oh, no. How did this happen? So we got the Three of Pentacles in the reverse that came out. I'm not going to take that card because energetically, I just feel like it's not a part of this consciousness. You know, where we're at right now. I feel like all these cards are in reverse. Oh, no. Let's just fix it. Thank you for allowing me to have this commercial break. Grace and mercy. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our conscious lives. We will continue to die and be resurrected. Hopefully you're resurrected into a beautiful consciousness that's going to aid and abet you by way of your experience here in what we like to consider the third dimension. Don't go too high to the sun. I was reading the other day, going into the light workers, okay, about the waxing wings of the angel and how the angel was reminded to not go too far or too close to the sun, lest the sun burn you up. And the angel's wings began to melt. There's so much metaphorical simile, hyperbole, synonyms, adjectives, and verbs in that particular statement. Somebody's going to dissect it. Somebody's going to rewind the tape. Whatever you decide to do, listen, it's totally up to you. Maybe you'll decide to leave that statement for somebody else to process and digest. But yeah, listen. The waxing wings, okay? The angel who had the wings made of wax. Listen, enjoy your earthly experience. Stay in the now. Live in the now. See in the now. Hear in the now. Be in the now. That is all you have. So you got Hierophant energy still at the bottom of the deck. And you got the Ten of Swords. I feel like the Ten of Swords is like, you know, it's a dead consciousness in this particular context of what we're discussing. It's 11:22 on the clock. That's a really good number. Somewhere on the planet, it's really in alignment. I think the sometime is right now. Right? Up is down, down is up, in is out, black is white, and everything in between, and all the hues by way of the color spectrum. Listen, welcome to the new consciousness by way of judgment. Ten of Swords, okay? Ten of Swords is about bleeding out, okay? What appeared to be a betrayal was really something that allowed you to, I was going to say allied you, a lie. The Ten of Swords is a lie. It allows you to believe a lie, allows you to believe that you were bleeding out. Maybe that was a certain level of experience that you needed. I don't know, but you've gotten rid of it. Cutting ties, it says. You don't need this anymore. Okay, Ten of Swords. Whatever that is, whoever is consciously still in that consciousness, let them have it, surrender it. Decide to consciously choose another thought, another mind, a new ascending mind. You don't have to be the same person. Experience this earthly experience by way of the heavenly realms. Go within, so you ain't got to go without, but stay grounded and well-rounded. Maybe there's something new that you need to do. Maybe you need to get off that merry-go-round. Maybe you did. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. Maybe you can. Maybe you can't because you don't want to. Whatever that loopy energy is, that one thought that kind of lingers in your consciousness, that one person, and then there's spirituality and religion and guilt and the 10 Commandments and the laws of Mayat that are put in place for decency and in order, right? These are the things that have been created, right? For reasons, maybe that we understand or maybe we don't. Maybe somebody in the comments is completely confused. Somebody's like, what did she just say? I know, right? Rewind the tape. Stay with me or don't. It's totally up to you. Holy Spirits within. Four of Swords is about putting something to rest. Stop making yourself sick. Four of Swords. Four of Swords is about meditation. Four of Swords represents hermit energy. Four of Swords represents laying down a version of yourself, creating your own death, having your own funeral, being the only one in attendance, and willingly deciding to die. Go ahead and die. Let it go, whatever goes with that. Now that we've been resurrected into this Hierophant energy, if you so choose, now if you died in the consciousness that was committed to your sickness, to the 10 of Swords, to betrayal and hatred and all of that, well then you could very well be reborn into a nightmare. That's up to you. It's a conscious decision. With the Four of Swords though, putting something to rest, I feel like consciously we have ascended, at least I have, to this Hierophant position of consciousness, okay? How you die and resurrect is totally up to you. There are some things that absolutely have to be let go. Higher consciousness, higher selves. Ooh, yeah, look at this. She got the Five of Wands, man. Five of Wands, what is that energy? That's war, that's consciousness, that's ego, that's this, this battle within is what it really is. The Four of Swords and the Five of Wands is like imagining some type of battle. When the battle's already over. This is like waking up and walking away from your own nightmare with your eyes wide open, okay? So you got daydreaming in the clouds, delusions, hopes and dreams. Spirit is saying it's one thing to hope and dream and to sit back, and it's another thing to make it happen. Faith without works is dead. Don't be dead. Don't have a dead consciousness. If there's something that you want to do, then just like Nike said, do it. I don't own the rights to Nike's words, but I feel like that slogan, that lingo is very fitting right now. If there's something you want to do, then get up and do it. Clarify. Bad choices, consequences. Yeah, the dark night of the soul, man. A good cage or two, spiritual gel. Spiritual gel is really a place where you can really gel with whatever this is you need to gel with. Fears, trauma, hurt, pain, nightmare, waking up in the same nightmare. How is somebody going to wake up in their own nightmare? If you ever have a dream that you're asleep and you're tired in your dream, you should be very, very afraid, because in your dream state, when the physical body is resting and you're dreaming about laying down, you've surrendered something that you did not need to surrender. You might need to pick it up in order to wake up. Somebody missed it. Somebody didn't. That's okay. I'm not for everybody, and neither are you, Hierophant energy. Eight of Swords is a self-imposed imprisonment. Let's get into it. Let's teach today. Let's take notes. I'm the teacher. I'm the student. You're the teacher. We're all students and teachers of the universe, right? So we got new lessons on the table. Everybody can't take this class. You got some people that it's not going to be their story, and that's okay. So the Eight of Swords is a self-imposed imprisonment. The Four of Swords is about laying something down. The Five of Wands is about conflict. The Eight of Cups is walking away from your own self-imposed imprisonment, letting something go by way of what it is that you're imagining. What are you dreaming of? What is your new reality in this new consciousness? Because you've already gone through the dark night of the soul. Unless one feels as though they need to keep going through the dark night of the soul, Unless one believes that they still need to be in an unconscious nightmare that's not of a real reality, and feeding that and getting more of that will put you right in spiritual hell and jail. Now, listen, are there people that are still doing that? Yes, there are. These are people that you've cut ties with. They're no longer your assignment. You no longer need put your consciousness and your energy on them. You are a new person. Therefore, you are experiencing new people. Whoever they were, it's over. You no longer need those nightmares anymore. You no longer need those people. Now, some of them are still in that unconscious energy, right? This could be people from the past, people that you had to get into the 8 of Cups with. I don't know. Because karma is real. A lot of people don't believe that karma is real, but I feel like it is. I feel like it's something that we collectively created, co-created with creator of all things. Yeah, justice. Yeah, balance. Libran energy, liberation. Can you imagine having a spiritual conscious experience and not being liberated by one's higher self? Co-creating with source? That wouldn't be a fun dream to be in. Life is but a dream. What are you dreaming of? What is your consciousness? Where is it going? Holy Spirit, divine angels. The Tower in the reverse. Listen. So you got people that was feeling a way that wanted to drag you back into their unconscious nature. Why? Not because they were consciously wanting you to be there, but unconsciously in their nightmare, you still live there in their mind's eye. You rent space in their mind, but in space and time, you don't exist. You've already skipped a whole bunch of timelines. You're on to a whole nother life. Now, are you obligated to these people that feel as though they want to hold space and time for you in their mental entrapment of their mind's eye? No, you're not obligated to these people. Okay, if they want to stay in a certain consciousness or a certain memory and they want to wake up and have the same thoughts about you every day, then who's to say that they can't do that? However, they can't expect that you're going to show up any less than justice in the Hierophant. In reality, in consciousness, that's who you are. Whatever they're holding on to is what they need in order to stay in a self-imposed imprisonment. Some people love to be in hell. Period. It's a state of mind. The Tower's in the reverse, though. Clarify the Tower in the reverse. I feel like somebody thought that they were going to keep you in a sick bed, that you were going to stay in an unconscious state of mind with them. That's not a noble thing to do. If we've not learned anything by way of wisdom, it's not noble to get into anybody's sick bed. If anybody wants to get up and walk, then pick up your bed and walk. Do you want to live? Then get up and live. Do you want to do this? Then get up and do it. Do you want to do that? But it's a self-imposed imprisonment. Now, are there circumstances, right? By way of circumstantial evidence, environment, family, karmic ties, money, things like that? Absolutely. The world's events, what's going on. However, consciously, as we create a new world, we're exempt from whatever this self-imposed imprisonment is. We're simply just going to walk away. Ease on down the road. Come on and ease on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be a load. Don't carry nothing that might be a load. Don't carry nothing heavy. Stay light. You're just passing through. You can walk through, you can skate through, you can crawl through, or you can float through time. You're only here for a certain amount of time. Have a good time. 9 of Cups, man. Clarify the Tower in the reverse with justice. Yeah. Come on and ease on down. Soul tribe energy. The Fool. Taking a leap of faith. Whole new timeline. Going somewhere. Working on your earthly matters. The King of Pentacles is about being grounded. Not feeling guilty for enjoying your earthly possessions. Not feeling guilty or too self-righteous that you can't enjoy the earth and what it has to offer. With all that's happening in the world, it's still a very beautiful place. You are the Hierophant. Not to mention, now that you've accomplished this Houdini, spiritual Houdini, you now should absolutely put yourself in alignment to teach other people how to do the same. That would be fun, right? You went through the dark night of the soul. You went through all of that. You faced all your demons and dragons and bears and dogs, oh my. Dragons and bears and dogs, oh my. Dragons and bears and dogs, oh my. And you slayed The devil, 11:33 on the clock. That is the truth. Listen. So now you're a teacher. You're a leader. You're living by example. You said, hey, come here. Listen, let me show you how I got out of this prison. Let me show you what I did to get up off this bed here. 4 swords. After you put yourself in position to get knocked down and knocked out, you saw the truth. You're coming out with the Ace of Swords. Resurrected. Reincarnated. I need all my star babies. Listen. You woke up from whatever this illusion was, collective, whatever this was. This could have been projections, deflections from other people who were in nightmares that you encountered by way of, a carnal spiritual experience. And then you woke up, stay woke, see in the now, breathe in the now, be in the now. You got the star energy. I need all my star babies, stargazing. You started looking up at the stars and you realized that, oh, wait a minute, I'm only looking at myself. Ace of Wands, yes, you are the heavens and the earth. Daydreaming, consequences. So you got people from the past. Let's just keep it real, okay? These were bad collaborations. It was bad because these people didn't want you to encounter this awakening state of being. And that is going to present a problem when you're seeking to ascend. If you're in a connection with somebody that does not want you, unfortunately, to ascend, that will present some type of a problem. And this has been our time together. And so the Two of Cups is going to be in the reverse. It then becomes a situation where you got to pass, on these illusions. You got to pass on going on this spin cycle of reconciliation and nightmares and, believing that something's after you and the dark night of the soul and going back. I mean, who consciously wants to go back into the dark night of the soul once one has seen what they need to see? Now, some of us went too close to the fire and we got burned. Waxing wings, right? Okay. So then you had to remember, oh, let me just enjoy this earthly experience. Virgo energy, earth energy, Gaia energy, stay grounded, well-rounded, stay balanced, focus on what it is that you want to do while you're here. What are you here to do? Enjoy that. Find something that you're really good at and enjoy it. Maybe you're really good at cracking jokes, do more of that, man. Maybe you're a good hugger. Go out and give people hugs. Maybe you're just here to, I don't know, whatever you're here to do. Maybe you're here to make the flowers beautiful. Whatever that is, do more of that. It is a really nice experience by way of the King of Pentacles and your earthly experience. So you turn down these partnerships, okay? Half-ass apologies, arrogant-ass people, and you said, adios, arrivederci. No, I'm gone. I don't want to have to say it twice. I am going on a new adventure. Going on a trip in my favorite rocket ship. Whipping through the skies, little Einsteins, come aboard, it's ready to explore. Or I'm ready to explore. Come aboard, we're ready to explore. That's the way the song goes. Whipping through the skies, little Einsteins, climb aboard. This is you in the ethers. Dun, dun, dun. Ready to explore. Okay, I went deep, I went high, I went low, I went to the middle. We went everywhere in between. We are the Hierophants. That's so nice being the Hierophants. The Hierophants is really overrated. It's so freaking overrated. Clarify the Hierophant. The Hierophant is really the page energy. It's really the innocence. It's really the child mind. It's really just experiencing things as if it is your first time. And if there's something that you need to experience for the first time, then go experience that for the first time. Something new, okay? Yeah, listen, it's the child's energy. It's overrated. The first beginning to wisdom, in my opinion, and what my consciousness has learned by way of going within, is that ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Somebody got it, somebody didn't. 5 of Cups, this is about regret in the past and woulda, coulda, shoulda. Okay, consciously being unconscious, is just going to keep you in a nightmare And you just keep waking up in the same hell, thinking that something's coming to save you or something's after you. It's a mindset. It's a consciousness. It is the dark night of the soul. So when you decide that you want to wake up, you meet more people that will help you wake up. You start to meet your conscious desires on a physical, spiritual level. And then they just gravitate to you, right? It's like a magnet. You're like, oh my God, I met somebody new. She was amazing. This person is a reflection of something physically, spiritually that you've manifested in order to keep you conscious. But when one thinks that there's nothing they need to learn and they are done, then what are you in the earthly realm for? Why are you here? If you've learned it all and you know it all, look at this. This card says arrogant, right? Stupidity is wisdom. Wisdom is stupidity. Realizing that you know absolutely nothing absolutely will teach you that you know everything that you need to know. Somebody got it. Somebody didn't. I just heard the Emerald Tablets. Emerald Tablets, Book of Enoch. That's where we're going. 4 of Cups. I'm telling you. Listen, this is death. Die already. Low vibrational self. Get out of that hellhole. Maybe this is what you came to show people to do. And now you have to teach them how to stay awake. You ever seen somebody sedated, you know, coming out of anesthesiology after a surgery, and you have to wake them up? Wake up. And they just want to go back to sleep. You're like, wake up. Stay woke. Hierophant. Stay woke. That's what you're here to do. That's what you're here to do. Equal give and take. Show people how to do it. By way of example, you're a teacher, you're a guru, you're a healer. How else did you know how not to heal or how to heal or how not to heal? Right? There are ways to not healing. Don't learn that no more. You already learned that. Well, I learned how not to heal. Now I gotta figure out and master how to heal. Now that I've mastered that, what else can I give myself to master? Keep yourself busy with mastery, right? You got the Emperor in the reverse, and you got the Lovers in the reverse, right? Interesting. Wanting to dominate love, right? So you got into a relationship. I love you, you love me. Their idea of love wasn't your idea of love. Their idea of what they were consciously doing wasn't your idea. And if we bring you and them in spiritual court, there's their side, there's your side, and then there's what actually happened. 2 completely separate, opposite consciousness. We use that term love, a word that comes and goes. But few people really know what it means to really love somebody. Oh, love, though the tears may fade away. Listen, love, it's an idea. So Lovers in the reverse, 2 of Cups in the reverse, the Emperor in the reverse. Get into a relationship and everybody wants to dominate love. But you cheated on me, you hurt me, you blah, blah, blah. Well, that's this person's idea of love. They wanted something outside of you. They wanted to screw on somebody else. When you realized that wasn't what you wanted, you had to experience, you walked away and turned down their cup. Very simple. It's just a moment. Don't get stuck there. Don't hold on to it too long. With the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Cups, don't hold on to it too long. If it's been 2 years, 2 minutes, anything that you can't get over in 3 seconds, in my opinion, has you bound. At least that's what I'm telling myself at this level. Listen, what are you telling yourself? So you got the Lovers in the reverse and the Emperor in the reverse. This is like dominating love. Coming into a relationship and everybody's idea of love is something different. Could have been sexual based, whatever this is. People that wanted to dominate you, okay, yeah. Maybe your love language is to give, and make sure everybody's happy. And somebody was there to take. Everybody's love language is different. Whatever that consciousness is, you got somebody from the past that's stuck on a consequence, stuck in a daydream, stuck on this arrogant energy. The reason why this person is staying in a self-imposed imprisonment, this could be family, this could be an ex-lover, whatever this is, whatever consciousness, nightmare, state of hell they are in, that they've created for themselves. They're choosing to stay there. The bitterness is a choice. Unforgiveness is a choice. These are choices. You can make them easy choices or you can make them hard. Whoever these people are, they're there because they want to be there. Because you're not the version of what they need you to be in order for them, in their mind, to come up out of this self-imposed imprisonment, which doesn't make any sense. Ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm just here to tell the story of spiritual court. Listen, the sun. Don't fly too close to the sun, light workers. Don't get burned by the sun. I know what that feels like. I'm just here to tell you. You remember poltergeists back in the day? Go into the light, Caroline. No, Caroline, don't go into the damn light. Don't. Not that far. You're going to get burned. It's going to feel like hell, Caroline. That fire hot. You ever seen somebody just walk up to the sun? I free all my sons. I love them, baby. Black diamonds and pearls. 'Cause we rule the world. And then we'll walk right up to the sun. And we gon' get burned. We'll walk right up to the sun. It's our turn. 11:44 on the clock. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. You got the Page of Cups, visions, dream state, consciousness, the sun, children. Listen, it's a loop-de-loop. You live, you die, you resurrect. How you resurrect is up to you. It's a lot of people resurrected into the dark night of the soul. How is it that you asking for awakening, but you keep waking up in a nightmare? Child, I know you lied. Ooh, I've been there too. God forbid it. Clarify. And then you decided, well, let me just wake up. I'm going to wake up. Okay. Hey. Hi. Hello. Contrary to belief, hell is not that low. Sometimes hell is in a relationship. Burning your ass from the inside out. Get out, Carol Ann. Don't go into the lights, Carol Ann. You got the Page of Cups in the sun. Okay, clarify. You out here selling the roses. You woke up, Divine Collective. You ascended. And this is how you're in the Ten of Pentacles. Listen, let me tell you something. You're in the 9 to the 10 of Pentacles with the Fool, taking a leap of faith, some type of reality. You know, sometimes we study a little bit of everything, you know. If you're like me, I don't know if you are, but maybe you are, but I'll just share my story. I was raised in Christianity. I went to Christian school all my life. Calvary Christian Academy, Hawthorne Academy, Christian school. Christian school. I know that Bible like the back of my hand. I'm so glad that my destiny led me through Christianity first. Then I had some friends that was Jehovah Witness, and they invited me to the Kingdom Hall. And then I had that experience. Oh, that was very, very interesting. And then I studied under Bishop Noel Jones from the age of 19, maybe to 20-something-ish. And then I studied under Minister Louis Farrakhan. God bless Minister Louis Farrakhan. He is one of my favorite teachers. I love him. I love Bishop Noel Jones as well. I do. They're my favorite teachers. I'm so glad that I encountered them. It was a journey. It was so interesting. I started to connect the dots. And I said, well, if I'm going here and there, it wasn't that I was lost, that I was like, well, where do I belong? I want to be here. I was just passing through a lot of these places. Most of them. I was simply passing through. This is my story. I was simply passing through. I'm like, okay, well, what's going on here? And I got good things from every single experience. It was so good. Oh my God. I didn't know that I'd be using it all up to said point currently right now. Listen. And then I would sit with my mother, who was raised Catholic, who would teach me and tell me about Catholicism and Mother Mary and things of that nature. And then I was raised by a stepfather who I did not know was a Mason until recently. Child, I found that out. I'm like, you a Mason? He was an atheist. He didn't believe in God, and God is a man. So look at all the teachers I had. Look at all the teachers you had, be it good, bad, or indifferent. Everybody has taught you something about yourself. At the end of the day, it is up to you to choose the consciousness of which you want to choose your conscious level. You are creating with source of all things. Source is not afar from you. Source is as close as the breath you just drew. It is a choice. And then I encountered a group of witches who I did not know were witches till they invited me to an all-white party at a $2.3 million home in Newport Beach. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? They brought me there to be initiated. I had no idea. I'm like, oh, this is a really nice house. Oh my God, I didn't know. So they was walking around me in a circle. I'm like, what's going on? I had no idea. It's been a fun consciousness, unconsciousness. It's been fun. The nightmare has been grand. The awakening is even better. What is your story, Divine Collective? What are you here to do? What are you here to share by way of an example? Because judgment is here because this is what we set up. We co-created this moment before we even had it. Listen. On your last resurrection, right? Remember the death spell? The last death spell? You said, oh my God, they're sending me death. So you died. Go ahead and die. Just die real good. It's okay. Christ consciousness energy. In 3 days, you rose again. Listen, you got the Ace of Swords and you got the Judgment. Come through. It's the way we set it up. You put this story together. The people, the characters, the places that you've been. You chose this. You strategically chose this by way of your spirit's journey. Okay? You know, remember when Dorothy was on her path going to the Wizard of Oz? She had the Scarecrow and the Lion and the Tin Man. And in the end, she found out they were only variations of her character that she still needed to learn. If I only had a brain. To find out that she did have a brain. She did have a consciousness. If I only had a heart, I could be courageous. She was running from herself. All she had to do was click her heels and she was home. When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home. I wish I was back there with the things I've been knowing. Listen, let me tell you something. Consciousness. Are you awake? Are you awake? Are you passionately in pursuit of your imperfections or your perfections? Maybe a little bit of both. It's good to be in pursuit of both, in my opinion. It just kind of breaks up the monotony. You know, yeah, it does. It breaks it up. You know, I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm looking forward to making a whole bunch more. The illusions, right, have been shattered. So a lot of these people from the past, regretting their bad choices, you know, silently, competitively fighting with you, it's because they're fighting themselves, okay? They feel as though you've escaped a conscious level that maybe they don't have the capacity to escape from, at least not yet. And for some reason, they need to blame somebody. You know, it's a blame game type energy. The lion here, the heart, courage, ancestors, bloodline, strength. Listen, you are stronger than your ancestors, which is why you're leading the pack. 5 of Pentacles. Some of these people, you had to lighten the load. You know, you had to drop this load. With this 5 of Pentacles, you know, sometimes people want to get on your back. They want to dump all of their unconsciousness onto you, all their nightmares, all their fears. Listen to what they talk about the most. Okay? They'll drag you into a dream state. You ever heard somebody tell a story and you can see it? And they sit there for hours and they tell you, girl, yeah, he did this. They pulled you into their consciousness or their unconsciousness. And you're like, well, when did this happen? Girl, that was like 13 years ago. But they're talking about it like it was 13 seconds ago. They've taken you into an unconsciousness that you've opened yourself up to. Now, what you do in that is totally up to you. You can be their spirit guide and guide them back to current said moment by way of awakening and reality. But some of these people have been telling this story for so long, child, they don't want to come up out of that unconsciousness. They've been telling that story for the longest. They done told it to everybody they encountered. Okay? They keep dying, going to sleep, and waking up in the same nightmare. Because that's what they're choosing to do. And as much as you want them to awaken, it has to be something that they decide to do at the end of the day, whoever they are. But now, you're no longer available to those unconscious behaviors. Because again, when you cut ties with a version of yourself that you didn't need anymore. You could have really got tired of yourself. You could have got tired of yourself talking about the same thing, thinking about the same thing, watching the same thing, scrolling to the same pages, checking on the same people. Listen, consciousness, glow up. I can't make it up. Look at the glow up. This card says new opportunities, new careers, successful business. What is it that you want to do? Do that. I want to go to school, but eliminate the buts and just start dreaming about it. Start acting like it. Get into the character. What is it going to take for you to be in that energy? Oh, I want to be in movies. Well, get up and take your $50 cell phone and shoot a movie. Starring you, starring me. What do you want to do? Okay. You got karmics, third parties. Are they still trying to find out what you got going on? Of course they are. They're asleep. They're unconscious. They really still believe that you're a part of their consciousness when you've completely moved on. Now, here's what ignites their rage. Unfortunately, it's so nasty. Okay, watching people be in the rage that, I don't know, what do you need that for? When nobody's attacking you, what do you need rage and anger for? It doesn't make any sense. But what really wakes them up in their nightmare or keeps them sleep in their nightmare is when they've held a space in time in their mind's eye of their unconscious behavior, that you're still somewhere doing whatever, or that you're suffering. And then they check on you only to see your glow up. And then they still decide to go back into this hellfire of karma. Because remember, in their mind, you're not doing good. Or at least that's what they're wanting. Only to realize that they're really the ones that aren't doing good. Your glow up. Nobody ever really had control over this. You just needed to make a conscious decision of your glow up. Nobody ever really had control over your destiny to swap it out and all of that, right? So you got karmics, you got third parties, haters, lessons learned, right? You've learned those lessons, okay? For some of you, you need to go on a vacation. Oh, but I need the money. Okay, well, go to the park and pretend that you're in Tahiti. Listen, close your eyes and pretend that you are on the beaches of Bermuda. I don't know, whatever it is. There are no excuses at a higher consciousness level. Higher consciousness level. I said that too fast. Listen, what is this? Judgment. Okay, all this stuff is under judgment, and then you got the sun burning that ass. When you get close to the sun, it's a form of illumination, in my opinion. It's going to illuminate everything, whether you want to see it or you don't. It's going to illuminate versions of yourself, whether you want to admit those versions of yourself or not. It is the type of sun that nothing can be hidden. Have you ever seen anybody hide from the sun when the sun is out? Even when you're in the shade, in order to have a shadow, you got to have some light. You got to have some sun. Hey, even through your sunglasses, we can see your eyeballs. Listen, we got judgment, man. These people are under judgment. But they put themselves there. It's a good place to be. That's good. They need to be under judgment. So let them. So while you're glowing up, okay, what really ignites their judgment, what really ignites their guilt, unfortunately, is when they realize that you've grown up, that the death spell didn't work, right? They just wished all this death on you and poverty and hate and all of this, blah, blah, blah. And only to realize their life is a reflection of that. Third parties, haters, people that are outside of your consciousness, that are coming to the realization that they're not a part of your dreams, but you seem to be a part of their nightmares, okay? It's unfortunate, okay? When they see you winning, when they see you in the Six of Wands energy, it becomes real when they got to get on the phone with the practitioner. And they're like, but you said she was going to be in the Five of Pentacles. But you said she's... Your joy is not predicated on things and money. That's easy. You know that. Especially when you've ascended to a level that peace surpasses all understanding. I'm talking to the teachers. I'm talking to the gurus. Okay? You got the Six of Wands, success, glow up. So then these people see you glowing up and happy and Ten of Pentacles and equal give and take, and the universe is giving you something. And now they're like, well, wait a minute. We did voodoo on you. I got a voodoo doll in the back. That's you. These people have convinced themselves of their own nightmares. But in reality, you're glowing up. New opportunities in alignment. You're in a whole nother consciousness. You control your reality, not these people and these little voodoo dolls and pins and blood rituals or whatever they got going on. They've only created a mess for themselves. They've created judgment. And what is judging them is their own nightmares. What's judging them is their own consciousness. Because they're really the ones that have to be submerged in that energy, unfortunately, right? So remember, they've done all this spell work over here, okay? All this spell work. Five of Wands. Sent you hate and conflict and spiritual warfare, and you know where to be found. You ever seen somebody show up and say, we're about to fight, and the other person they thought they were fighting ain't even available? You said, you know, I didn't schedule that on my itinerary. Okay, clarify. You're somewhere seeing the truth, knowing the truth, acting in the now on a whole nother timeline, meeting new people. Look at the soul, tribe, family, Ten of Cups with the glow up, okay? Then the truth comes out, right? So you got the Five of Wands, Karmics, Judgment, okay? Then they start calling their practitioners. They don't know what to do. Now they realize, oh my God, oh God. The Star in the reverse, all their hopes, all their fears are coming into reality, and they're still asleep. They're still in a nightmare. They still can't accept the fact that they could not take you down, but that was their level of low vibrational consciousness that they consciously chose. We all got free will. The Star in the reverse, it's like all hope is gone, child. And not to mention the reality is now setting in. That the nightmare that they created for you is really the one that they're stuck in. Eight of Swords, baby, dark night of the soul, judgment is here. Okay, well, judgment fell. I don't know. Somebody could be somewhere asking for judgment not to come down on them, but with the Seven of Cups in the reverse. The illusions have been shattered. Child, I can't make this up. Clarify these karmic people, stars in the reverse. They call it the practitioner, but you said, and you said, only to find out that your practitioner had you under a spell. That's what happens, y'all. That's all it is. Death magic, projection. What is this? Unconscious behavior, y'all. Nightmare behavior. People that are asleep in the dream state. How you sleep in unconscious? How is it that you're unconscious in your dream or your nightmare? This is the level of low vibrational peon energy, mental peon energy, not being able to think outside of a thought any bigger than where they're stuck at. That went over somebody's head. That's okay. But it didn't go over the practitioner's head. Listen, you got the High Priestess in the reverse with the Seven of Cups in the reverse. They on the phone with the practitioner, but you said, this is a destiny swap. The stars, this is like a spiritual contract. Somebody wanted your spiritual contract. How you gonna take somebody's spiritual contract and you ain't done what it takes for them to get there? Listen, I pity the fool that goes to somebody and asks for my spiritual contracts. Child, I almost didn't make it. I pray for the person. God bless you, baby. If you want this crown, if you want this destiny, you want to swap, child, good luck with that. I wish you had done that when I needed help in the dark night of the soul. I might have could have used you to take some of that heat. Swap out on this. Take some of this karma that I had to bust up and down, up and through the bloodline. Find time for you to leave me, Lucille, type energy. Find time for you to want a destiny swap now that I done figured some shit out. You think you about to come and take my spot, Flash? You can't get it because you ain't got it. Listen, come on in here. Somebody just missed it. Clarify, they calling the practitioner? I can't make it up. They sitting up all this time. This is people that wasted a whole bunch of time in an illusion, a whole bunch of time playing around, a whole bunch of time in the graveyard playing around, only to realize that they were the dead burying the dead, child. They just dead people walking. unconscious, and you out here woke, seeing what it is you need to see in real time right now on this timeline with the Two of Cups and the Page of Swords. You got good karma. Ooh, Two of Cups. It's like new friends. Even if this Two of Cups is just you coming into alliance with your higher self, a new conscious level of yourself, more relatable person. You're meeting people that you can relate to. You want to connect. This is like connection energy. No more disconnection, right? You're here to talk to people, meet some new people. Now that you're on this conscious energy, now that you've been awakened, now that you can see the way that you need to see and see what it is that you want to happen, you're going to meet beautiful people that will absolutely complement this higher vibrational version of yourself. It is inevitable. So meanwhile, the illusions have been shattered. Child, these people's practitioners ain't even answering their calls, man. How much you want to bet? Clarify, the practitioners ain't answering their calls. They not answering their calls, okay? Yeah, look. These people took their money, got what they wanted, and kept it pushing. Why? Because they always knew that they were talking to unconscious people. If we could hear some of the conversations, and we just don't want to tap into their consciousness, but to hear some of the conversations of what these people ask these practitioners for is just unnerving. It's unhinging. It's very uprooting, if you will. You know, the conversations, what they paid for. The only people that came up were the practitioners with the King of Pentacles. The only people that got their wishes fulfilled, find a fool, bump their head, kept them all in the illusion. Okay, I'm going to get this done for you tonight. We're going to take this person's life. You know, by tomorrow they're going to be unalive. And you transmuted that. Isn't that nice? That was so nice. That was so nice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, judgment keeps falling, child. I feel like these people don't know what to do. Yeah, Four of Swords in the reverse and the World in the reverse. These are people that refuse to close out cycles. They're people that were in distress. You know, the Four of Swords is like restless energy. Four of Swords is like making themselves sick by way of their toxic energy, by way of their toxic requests, by way of their unhealed nature, you know, resentment, okay, unforgiveness causes cancers, okay. Got a card that fell on the floor. It was the Empress. So listen, you know, the Four of Swords, metaphysically speaking, energetically speaking, consciously speaking, the Four of Swords represents dis-ease in the body, unforgiveness, competitive nature, jealousy, envy, strife, wanting a destiny swap. Destiny swapping is lazy energy to me. That's like somebody saying, I don't want my destiny. Can I have yours? And the universe is like, sure. It's always a trickster energy somewhere. Even though this trickster energy is coming up as their practitioner, there's always a trickster energy that's going to take your money, tell you that they're going to help you, believe in me, wishes being fulfilled, and leave you. And now the jig is up. These people are realizing that whatever they attempted to do, they can't do no more. They all out of money. Some of these people spent their last thinking that they could swap out destinies with you. The World in the reverse. They were under some type of an illusion. They were under the illusion of the magic of the person that they paid to do the magic. Now, maybe some of them did get a worker to send you some type of energy, but all it did was thrust you into your consciousness, into your awakening. That's it. It's the way you set it up. That's all it did. So thank you. This is how you got to tell the practitioners, thank you. Some of them sitting back like, damn. You took that work and you ate it like a spiritual G? Yeah, because it's what you signed up for. Your whole life has already been laid out. You predestined all of this. You set it up this way. You set it up to encounter these people. They're all a part of your journey, but right now, you don't need them anymore. Not based on where you're going. You're just in alignment with your glow up. You don't even need these experiences no more. All they do was put you in the wheel of fortune. Every time your enemy got on their soapbox, it got you further and further and further away from regret of what you had to go through. You just started dropping stuff off. Keep some trash bags with you. Just drop off all depression, anxiety. If you're still going through depression and anxiety, sit down and have a conversation with depression and anxiety. Hey, depression, the shit is over. We got to go. I can't, this illusion you keep putting me under. Like, let that shit go. Look, 5 of Cups in a reverse. Let it go. What is that? That's not real. That's not real. No, it ain't real. Let that go. What is that? Depressed about what? Depression usually comes from you pressing down a version of yourself that you're not keeping real with yourself. A version of yourself that you won't let out at your root. That's what depression is, in my opinion. Somebody else might think it's something else. I respect all energies, all consciousness. That's what it is. Hey, I support you in the energy. You right. Somebody's like, that's not what it is. I've been clinically diagnosed. Okay. Well, let me know how that works. Did they up your dosage? Is it helping you? Do you feel better about yourself? Or are you taking a placebo? Okay, Western medicine is really going to be upset with me. But I feel like I don't give a damn, man. I remember when I wanted to be a doctor, y'all. I went to a medical magnet high school. A lot of people don't know that about me. In the middle of Watts. Watts, California. That's where I'm from. The city where the suckers say you don't want none. But if you do, I'm going to tell you this. Listen, riddle me this, okay? Consciousness, practitioners, practicing, behavioral health. My journey was absolutely perfect when I felt that it was imperfect, when it was at its most craziest moments. Those were really the best times, man. When I look back in hindsight, the more chaos was really molding and shaping me to wake up. Shut your punk ass up. That's how I talk to my old self. Shut your punk ass up. Two of Cups in the reverse. You got people that was doing love spells, booty spells, come back to me, baby, baby, please spells, pity spells. You know, these are relationships that could never get on your consciousness level. This is why you are consciously blocking them out. And that's good. That's healthy, you know, with love and light. When you can tell somebody, you know what, God bless. Two of Cups in the reverse, God bless. And you don't harbor any resentment, baby. They got every reason to worry. When they are sending you nasty energy and you get to the point where you like, you know what, it's all good. Hey, no, thank you, please. Politely, respectfully, adios arrivederci type energy. When you get to this Two of Cups in the reverse and you just turn it down cups, because you just don't need them no more. I feel like you just don't want to experience these people. Like, for what? You can't do nothing with the experiences. For what? How is that going to aid and assist you? What can you do with that energy now that you know who you are, now that you've gone through an awakening? What more can you do with that you have not already done? They're at the practitioner. Let's just see what's going on. Clarify the practitioner. They're at the practitioner. So you got a Queen of Wands out here looking stupid and dumb. Baby, God bless. Queen of Wands in the reverse, Three of Swords in the reverse. Somebody was so determined to knock you off your high horse. And they never had the abilities, not in their dreams, not in their nightmares, not in reality, to push you into any forms of an illusion when it comes to your conscious reality. You woke up to your abilities, Divine Collective, whoever I'm talking to, which I know is my soul tribe, Ace of Swords. You woke up. This person could be having dreams of you carrying the Ace of Swords in their dreams. It's a nightmare to her, or him, or it, or shim, or whatever. Shape-shifting by way of gender, I just heard. You got the Three of Swords in the reverse. Listen, it's over. These are people that, I don't know. You know, I gotta laugh to keep from crying. Because in my conscious level and being awakened, I just feel like laughing. And I just feel like I don't want to stop myself from laughing. Hell yeah, man. You got the Three of Swords in the reverse, man. These are people that are just weird. They're asleep. They keep signing up to drink the blood and with the side of the devil's pie. You know, oh, can I get a slice of the devil's pie? Listen. They talking to the practitioner. Child, this is over. This is Tower in the reverse. Like, what is this? So mad that judgment and karma was coming for that ass. You know, when karma comes for you, karma is really an opportunity for you to learn something. Karma is really an opportunity for you to go within. It's 12:12 on the clock. Something has to be balanced, okay? Karma is an opportunity for you to see yourself in a way that you need to see yourself. Be that good, bad, or indifferent. Whatever the case, you are obligated, or you should hold yourself to some type of higher level obligation to take care of you. What's wrong with you? What's going on with you that you keep going to the practitioner, taking all this money? What is going on within you? Somebody refused to go within. So they put themselves in a state of hell. They put themselves in a state of competition, fighting up against a version of themselves that they really wanted to be that they could never be because they're really angry about something in them, some form of an inadequacy. We all get the same 24 hours in a day. We all get the same 7 days a week. We all get the same amount of time on this particular day. Some people's time is cut short because of stupid ass mistakes like this. Now the tower's in the reverse. The universe is whooping somebody's ass, whooping their ass in the dream state and whooping them with their eyes wide open, eyes wide shut. It is an unconscious nightmare and somebody is walking around daydreaming. How you dreaming and you walking around? Could you wake up, ma'am, sir? What is this? What are you doing? And I can't even say dreaming. I just feel like somebody's in an illusion. Queen of Wands in the reverse is like somebody that just want to sit their punk ass down. Didn't want to sit down. Didn't want the cycle to end. Didn't want karma to end. Somebody was coming for you. Okay? Well, guess what? And your love and your relationships and all of this, you know, cup of the devil's blood and a slice of the devil's pie with the 4 cups and the devil child. Watch them all stand in line for a slice of the devil's pie. You got the devil, obsession, 4 cups, like weird, crazy. Love was always the answer. God bless. God bless. God bless. God bless. You got the lovers. Love. You're on this self-love journey, 10 of Cups journey, 2 of Cups journey, in a partnership with yourself, meeting other people who are not complaining, but they're absolutely just ascending to their highest good. If we keep looking back at things to be sad about, then how is it that you're moving forward? That's not necessary. You don't need that. It's not a necessity in order for you to have the Ace of Swords and in order for you to get the victory. Now, everything that you've gone through up until this point has absolutely molded and shaped you. Absolutely. But now you can laugh at your pain. You ever seen somebody laughing at their pain? I'm one of those people. I laugh at my pain now. Shall I think about relationships with people that I thought it was over? Child, why is it so funny to me now? They're like, oh, y'all broke up. You know, it was the worst thing ever. It was the worst thing ever. Oh my God, we broke up. Now I look back like, I swear when I look back at myself, I'll be like, girl, if you don't get your buck ass up, get your punk ass up, girl. Get up, go. I know that my higher self has always saved my life. Always. Because I'm telling you, I was the kind of person I would roll over and be like, I got to break up with him. I would. I sure the hell would. King of Swords. Adios. Arrivederci. I knew that there was something new. And whatever the something new was, I wasn't in the new. I was in something that was done. And I needed to hold myself accountable. Come through, Holy Spirit. So now that you know how to do a divine collective, you're in a position. Oh, look at you. The Queen of Wands in the upright. Look at you. Confident. Okay. Fiery. You're in a position now where you could teach other people how to do it. Okay. So whoever this Queen of Swords in the reverse is that was obsessed in your energy, obsessed with stopping you, this person only sacrificed themselves. They only put themselves in a position where they got to hang upside down on one leg. It's like the universe was like, okay, can you see now? Or do you need to turn this way? You want to be like this? What is it gonna take in order for you to get some blood flow to your consciousness so you can wake the hell up? About this nightmare, about this jealousy, this self-imposed imprisonment, you and your weird ass practitioner, and somebody lost all their protection, child. What does that mean? That means that when this tower comes back, all that energy that was sent out, because you're on a whole nother consciousness. You don't even exist. I don't know why they don't get there. You not there, boo. The little baby doll, the little voodoo doll, that ain't you, boo. When this shit backfired, no, somebody don't have a shield. You ever seen somebody dodging bullets? Just boop, 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 boop. You're like, where you going? What the? No bulletproof vest, no spiritual protection. Because you was all the way wrong. You kept trying to start something when it was over. You kept saying, I don't want the door to be open. I don't want the door to be closed. I don't want I want to reopen the cycle. So, okay, reopen the cycle you did. And now you get to stay your punk ass there. Ain't nobody standing this old ass, karmic ass, diabolical ass cycle with you. Bitch, we out here planting flowers and buying flowers and smelling. You better hope ain't nobody got to buy no flowers for you. If you know what I mean. You better go on and die. You better go on and die. You got the four swords in the reverse. These people that make themselves sick. They're realizing that they are the disease. They are what's eating away at themselves. Nobody's fighting these punk ass people, man. Watch them all stand in line for a slice of the devil's pie. You're coming up as the high priestess in the upright. I feel like these practitioners got real rich. I feel like people took their tax money, the mortgage payment, everything, just to see that you could be in the Five of Pentacles. I can't make it up. You got the Ace of Swords. You see the truth. You got the victory. Okay? These are people that are bound to material things. People that don't surrender to the Most High God. People that don't want to surrender to their highest version of themselves. These people would not have been satisfied with themselves unless you were not here to do your job or to live or to shine. When you get caught in those tiny spaces and illusions of competition and unconscious nightmare-like behavior, you only put on yourself a weight that you can't even carry. You got to have instructions on how to carry that weight. Everybody wanted to be you, collective. They didn't have the instructions. Somebody's like, I'm going to siphon your sexual energy. I'm going to steal it. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to this, I'm going to that. And now they can't find you in the nighttime, in the daytime, in the ethers. You are totally disconnected from these people. Listen, what's the vibes? The vibes is you're on vacation mentally. You're taking a break. You're away. You're relaxing. You're out of the office, collective. You're not available. You're having fun. Okay? Now these people want to connect with you because now they want to know how are you doing what it is that what you're doing. But even if you had taught them, they still would have tried to steal it. You can't skip the line. You can't skip class. You can't go from the first grade to the second grade. Or the first grade to the fifth grade, excuse me. You could, but you're going to miss everything that happened in between time. Right? I love these cards. They're so nice. These cards are so nice, man. So glad to have them. Two-faced. Cheater, backstabber. Yeah, you got a whole bunch of backstabbing ass people sitting up looking crazy. Their magic backfired, okay? So now they really got problems, y'all. 2025 is the year of endings. They really got problems. Don't be fooled by the illusions. They try to show up looking like everything is cool. Child, they eating that karma. They dodging it. They got towers. Remember, they threw their biggest work at you under the blood moon, the new moon, and retrograde. Their hope was that if they could take you out this time, some of them were like, this is going to be my last time. I know it's going to work. Lying to themselves. How you lying to yourself when you asleep and you unconscious? You don't even know who you are. How you going to try to control who somebody else is and you don't even know who you are? You asleep to the fact that you're suffering from a spirit that's debilitating you, a spirit called jealousy, envy. That's your disease. It's cancerous. Why do you think the Four of Swords is in the reverse? So when they say people are sick, they're sick with their own spiritual parasites. You're not obligated to feed these people any type of energy, divine collective. Even when they come to the platform, they think they're going to suck off your energy and suck off your light. Child, they don't even have the ability to suck through a baby bottle. They need to go back to baby school. They need to go back to pureed food. They need to go back and figure out what's wrong with you. What's wrong with you? You spent all your money. So you chunked up the deuces, divine collector. You told them God bless and chunked up the deuces. Soon as you said that, child, a tower fell. Oh, okay. Tornadoes and windstorms. Somebody's like, well, there's a tornado here. They just sitting up blind and stupid and unconscious. They hear the alarms, they hear the warnings, they see the wind, they see the shaking, they see the rain, and they know they paid a practitioner. And right now, karma is breathing in the atmosphere by way of nature. And guess what they tell themselves? Oh, well, it's just so, no, we're the gods. We can do what we want. Okay, we can do what we want then too. So when your whole house come crumbling down and the big bad wolf come huffing and puffing and blow your house down, don't you say nothing. All I want you to remember is that nightmare by way of your unconscious behavior that you tried to create for somebody that don't even exist in your spiritual sphincter. Watch them all stand in line for a slice of the devil's pie. I love y'all. This does conclude Spiritual Court TV. Thank you for being here. I love y'all very, very much. Comment down below. Drop a heart. Show some love. Drop a star. How do we make a star? I look like I'm throwing up gang symbols. Listen. Drop a star down below for superstar. Drop a heart for self-love. Drop a money bag for prosperity. Prosperous energy is just feeling abundant. Whether you got $5, bless it. Whether you got 500, bless it. Whether you got 5,000, 50,000, 500,000, bless it. You are the energy that's connected to the money that grows on trees. And coincidentally, you got the same DNA as the trees and the stars. If you take some DNA from the tree and take some from your blood, you got the same DNA. You got gold and silver and copper and metals in your blood. You are the wealthiest on the planet because of the wealth of knowledge. You created this consciousness. So if it's looking a little flimsy, let's collaborate. How are we going to clean it up? Let's start by one, having fun. I love you. I love y'all. Whatever that means to you, whatever your love language is, I love you in your love language. Okay? God bless you. I'll see you soon. Peace be with you.